the month of August 2016, I was very drawn to the legend of King Arthur, and especially the sword in the stone, and that whole the myth and the mysticism and the mystery that surrounds those stories, or that particular story. And I think the reason for this, or I was taught or led to believe in the end, that this is because we are all looking for direction. Some of us desperately looking for direction. And this month, I think, is all about finding that direction, that determination to pull that sword out of the stone and head off on that quest, having direction to do what you like. So I hope you enjoy what I did with this month. And I did more or less the same theme for each of the star signs. Virgo, we're going to start with your love and partnership and then move on to your general forecast. The first card that comes up is the archetype of your love and your partnerships for this month. And this card is Mithras, or sacrifice. This card tells you to be aware of your boundaries. All relationships require sacrifice. It's part of compromise, it's part of two people working together. But it's telling you to take a good look at how far you take that sacrifice. For starters, are you willing to make the sacrifice? And secondly, are you aware of when to stop sacrificing, because that's enough? If you sacrifice too far in a relationship, the balance of energy becomes very disrupted, totally overbalanced to one end. And this card is asking you to have a look at that, to take a specific look at that. You're going to find this message coming throughout your reading, but we'll speak more about it later. Now, the next card that comes up says, where's the magic to be found in your relationships, in your love partnerships, in your platonic friendships or partnerships this month? Where can you find that spark of something, that magical spark? Where is that to be found? And this card is Furnier, the card of clarity. And once again, it speaks of be careful of becoming owned by someone or a relationship. It says, seek your independence. Let those who profess to love you come to you. Be aware of the difference between romantic and true love. There's a different message here, Virgo, about understanding quality of love rather than quantity of love. Understanding what is a heart-to-heart connection rather than just a romantic relationship or the chasing of romance. And drawing your boundary from the start, drawing that line in the sand and saying, this is how far I will go before the other person mismatch me, before I step over that line. It sounds terribly clinical and unromantic, but I think there's something in the balance of energies in relationships that you guys need to look into this month. The final card that comes up in your relationship section is the mystery card. And this is the mystery you need to solve this month. The mystery in your partnerships and relationships that needs to be solved. What is it? And for you guys, this card says sometimes the one thing you are looking for is the one thing you cannot see. Now there is a paradox if there ever was one. I think the one thing you're looking for, genuinely looking for, is true love, even if it's just a friendship on that level. And you're not seeing it. You're seeing romantic love, you're seeing obsession even, you're seeing compulsion even, but you're not seeing true love. You need to see it for what it is in order to have it. Now your guidance card for this month says friendship. When individuals with common bonds cross your path, friendship is discovered. And that's perhaps the key. First, be friends. First, seek those common bonds. Forget the chemistry, forget the romance. First, look for something you have in common with one another. Look for someone that has kinship with you and work from there. And they may even be found among your friends at the moment. It's probably a good place to start. Now, for your general forecast, we start with what is the outlook for this month? And the first card that comes up says it's the Dragon's Lair. So what is happening is you guys are heading into uncharted territory. You're going where you haven't been before, so you do not know the lay of the land, you do not know the rules, you do not know the regulations, you do not know where you're going to trip up. And you're going to come up against your fears. Those two red eyes there in that cave is a dragon. And dragons represent, to us nowadays, our fears. If we look back in mythology, they represent a whole lot more than that. But in modern day, that's how we look at that. So you need to address your fears. Your true strength is actually to be found there. I think that's what this card has to say. So you can set off on one massive adventure this month. You can start off on that adventure, but you're going to come up against your fears. But if you don't go on this adventure and you don't come up against your fears, you're going to miss out on something truly exhilarating and exciting. Now, your challenge for this month, and the recurring message comes through again, is you need to find the balance between giving and receiving. So here comes that message again. You are either, now I think what you're doing generally is giving too much and then backing off completely because you realize you've given too much. You need to first draw that line in the sand. Only give so much of yourself. Let the other person meet you there and then go forth from there. That is where, and this is in all walks of life at the moment, in your romantic life, in your business life, in your friendships, you need to find that balance. Then the final card in this part of the reading says, be very aware that even though fate will bring you situations and people, your choices, your decisions, your actions play an equal part in your destiny. So this is your direction forward. So though you may feel as if life is dumping things on your plate that you need to deal with, understand that you are playing an equal part in creating the path forward. You are creating that direction in your life. You are playing just as large a part in that. Just as this angel in this card is creating that newborn life. In other words, a new something in life. You need to understand you're going to be creating that too. With the combination of what you do and what fate brings you, you create your destiny. If you ever get private readings or personal readings from me, you'll know I discuss this right at the end of your readings. Now your guidance card balances this whole reading beautifully. It says discernment before a passionate encounter leads to the magic of love. So it's saying, be wise in your choice of whom you engage with. Be wise as to how you engage with them, because you can have the magic of love, providing you don't just jump in there blindly because it's glittery and it's sparkly and it's appealing to you. So that's a message coming through for Virgo this month. If you'd like a personal or private reading, and we can discuss all this in depth and have a really good look at how it's playing out in your life, then contact me at theoracletimes@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Thank you very much for watching and listening.